My Pelicans. That's according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. LeBron and the Lakers, of course, coming off that first win of the season over the Nuggets. In that win, Russ came off the bench. He put up 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Shannon, go ahead, get your licks in early. Have the Lakers caught fire with Westbrook coming off the bench?
They won one game. Why did we ask this question yesterday when Brooklyn won a game? Have they caught fire? No, they haven't caught fire. It's one game. I mean, they're 29th in points per game, 29th in field goal percentage, 29th in transition points per 100 possession, 30th in corner three-point percentage, 30th in overall three-point percentage, 30th in offensive rating.
You were pretty excited on Monday about what you saw.
But they hadn't caught fire. It's one game. I can see if they won 3 in a row, 4 in a row. Give me something to sink my teeth. One game?
How about 2 in a row?
Skip, the Lakers have the worst three-point percentage in the 21st century. They're shooting 26.6%.
But they hit 43% against Denver the other night.
Skip, they're shooting 26% on threes in which they're wide open. Wide open, the NBA defines wide open as the nearest defender is 6 feet away.
Okay.
Let that sink in. I'm 6'2". So basically 2 inches shorter than me, the nearest defender.
Yep.
And you're making 26% of those shots. I like what I saw with Russ. I understand it's only 2 games. The first game he came off the bench against the Timberwolves, they lost. But I like some of the things that I saw early. Now, late in the ball game, Skip, he reverted back, took some ill-advised shots, turned the ball over. But I was very impressed with what I saw the other night because he seemed to be happy. He was moving the ball, took some shots, seemed like he was confident in the shots that he was taking, did a great job of pushing pace, pushing tempo. So I like that. He's been, the Lakers are minus 18, was minus when he's off the court. When he's on the court, they're plus in his game play. So I like what I'm seeing. But I'm not finished talking about they caught fire. Caught fire how? Now, Brandon Ingram, concussion protocol, Skip, he's ruled out.
Yep.
Herb Jones hyperextended his knee. He's listed as probable. Yep. He's probably one of their best defenders.
He is the best.
So
yep.
I'm gonna take the Lakers. I'm gonna take the Lakers tonight. But they hadn't caught fire now.
Huh.
No.
Sounds like you think they've caught a little fire.
No, they ain't caught
no?
fire. They need to catch fire to get back to 500. When they get back to 500, we will now have another discussion.
Okay. I got the Pelicans tonight. I got Jen's Pelicans tonight.
Before you go any further, put 3 cases and 3 points on the table.
I'm not doing any points.
Well,
You just picked the Lakers to win outright. You have no courage of your convictions? Are you kidding?
They got Zion.
Huh?
Oh, Mount Zion.
Okay, but their best player they don't have because you tell me Brandon Ingram is the best player.
That's what I said, but that's not what you said.
That's what you said, so they don't have their best player.
I haven't covered the NBA for 40 years. You have.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not in the Hall of Fame.
I'm in the Hall of Fame for football, not basketball. And you talk to Magic, you got all these pictures.
I think you're also in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
You done got signed jerseys and pictures from Magic and Bird. And Kareem and Jordan.
Yeah, Bird almost slugged me one time, but that's a whole nother story. The point is that tonight, once again, is all about your man, LeBron James. It's as simple as that. I love the Pelicans. I love their depth. I love their head coach because he is a head coach. And if you had put him with those Nets in Brooklyn to start with when Steve Nash got that job, I believe life would have changed. I believe he could have commanded that locker room.
But you have to understand, look at the Pelicans, the age, and look at Brooklyn.
I understand. I got you. And you are correct about the age and the superstardom and the divaness and all the accomplishments and all the above. But I do love the way the Pelicans attack, and I love how they come at you in waves, and the waves will not include B.I. tonight, and I'm hoping for my sake that Herb Jones can go because he can defend at the highest level, and yet they have so many young players, and C.J., obviously, as sort of their senior veteran leader and shot maker, that I believe that I'm going to hark back to tonight to what happened. Do you remember April 1st here at the Crypt last year?
Yeah.
Okay, what were the stakes that night? It was Friday night. I
guess it was for like the seeding.
Yeah, it was the play-in. It was to get into the play-in seeding, right? And the Pelicans won that game 114-111. And guess who played in that game? LeBron played, and AD played, and Russ played in that game. One of the few those three played together, and Dwight played, and Avery Bradley was the 5th starter. Pretty good lineup, right? And the Pelicans took it to them. But let me point out that with 5 minutes left in that game, your Lakers were up 5, and here we went again. It's why I told you there were 15 times last year when I was saying, LeBron, You got to take that home, as in home, James.
You know good and well, 5
Okay,
points is nothing in the NBA game.
You're telling me he's the GOAT. I say phony GOAT, but you tell me he's the GOAT. And I say, can he close? Because if you're that guy, even in year 19, if I give you 5 with 5 to go, you just say, I'll get us home. I will figure this out. I'll orchestrate it. I'll drive it. I'll get to the free throw line. No.
I know a guy that had some lead this year.
No. We're doing LeBron. Right?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought we doing LeBron.
When you're in trouble, you have to change.
I'm just saying. I know a guy that got a guy fired and had some leads in games this year.
So here's the point. Down the stretch of that game, your man LeBron James missed all 3 of his shots, went 0 for 3, had a crucial turnover, and then missed the tying 3-point shot from 27 feet with 1.1 seconds left. And the Pelicans escaped 114 to 111, effectively ending LeBron's season with no playoffs because you don't even have any play in. He owes his team for that. He's got to be better than that. And the irony of what happened the other night, did they catch fire? Well, Russ did catch some fire as he became Russell West bench, because all of a sudden he was playing with a new enthusiasm. He embraced his role, and suddenly the pressure wasn't the same. The expectations were different because he felt like, okay, now I've been demoted. I can just come in and let it fly. I don't even care anymore.
And we're not Skip. And plus, when he comes in with the second unit, he has the ball extensively in his hands.
And there's no LeBron.
Right.
Usually there's no LeBron. For the most part,
especially when he comes,
Yes. And yet, Darvin Ham, obviously the new head coach, I obviously promised Russ, just come off the bench mid-first quarter. I'll still get you your minutes, because he gets him his minutes in that game that last year on April 1st.
Minutes.
Yeah. Russ played 31 minutes in that game that they lost. 31 minutes. He was 5 of 15. He only had 1 turnover, which is pretty good, but he fouled out, and he had the worst plus-minus on the team. So that's kind of typical bad impact Russ on the game, but he played 31 minutes. Well, off the bench, he's still playing 31 minutes, 32 minutes the other night, right?
Yes.
And yet he actually saved LeBron, who got off to a weirdly, inexplicably bad start. He missed 4, I don't know if I'm going to call them layups. They're just under the basket shots.
Basket that he normally just
that he could just dunk. If he felt like he could just dunk it. And he missed 4 in a row, and they got off to a shaky start. And then he shot a bad 3 at the end of the half that bricked off the backboard, didn't touch the rim. And it didn't matter because Russ had caught fire with the second unit. And it stayed fire all the way through the game. And Russ wound up in that game the other night against Denver a plus 18. That's shocking. While LeBron, believe it or not, was a -1 for the game.
Right.
Well, he saved LeBron. Russell Westbrook saved LeBron. It's impossible, but it happened. So do they have a new formula for success? This is your best shot at success.
Well, if you're going to tell me Russ is going to keep playing like he does coming off the bench, if you're going to give me 32 minutes and play with that kind of energy and make the shots that he made and play make for a lot of people, I think they can do some things, but I still don't think, I think they lack shooting. To be serious contenders, the NBA is set up for you to shoot the basketball.
It is.
The space. And we don't really have guys.
Russ actually sized up a couple threes and made a couple, and it seemed to be contagious good. And then Matt Ryan, not the football player, but the basketball player who went up at Chattanooga after playing at Vanderbilt, he comes off the bench and makes a couple of threes.
I'm not putting my mortgage money up that Russell Westbrook is going to make those shots on a consistent basis.
Boy, I would not either. But the point is, they do have a new formula, and I'm fascinated to see how it works, because guess who didn't play on April 1st? Zion obviously was out.
Right.
Now he's in, and I think.
But they had B.I. and B.I. Remember, B.I. had
went crazy. No, he went crazy. He's still their best player. I love Zion. I love the potential. I love the explosion. I love his impact on games, because I think he's virtually unguardable.
Yeah. You remember when Coca-Cola, I think it was like in 80, 84, they came up with that new formula?
New Coke, yeah.
And they were, that thing will be fine. How long did it last?
It busted.
Okay. And so don't tell me nothing about no new formula. Let's let this thing play out. Let's let the masses. Once these people started tasting that new Coke formula, they snatched it up off the shelf. So let's see how this thing plays out. We may have to snatch this right up off the shelf.
Okay. Well, AD had a pretty big game on April 1st, 23 and 12.
What old Gold do?
Okay.
What old Gold do?
Well, I just told you, over the last 5 minutes of the game, he went 0 for 3.
I'm not talking about, so the game was only 5 minutes long?
No, he had 38, 8, and 4. He also had 6 turnovers, which is Westbrookian, right? Well, it is. You know it, and I know it. And then he disappeared on cue, as always, down the stretch of the game that was his to be won. It was up to LeBron. You can win or lose this game, and he lost it. Okay, so can he make up for it tonight? Can AD handle, speaking of New Orleans connections, AD, who got his start and made his stripes in New Orleans, can he handle Zion in the post? Can he guard him? I don't know. Who can guard him? Can LeBron guard Zion? He might be able to bang with him. He was banging with Jokic down the stretch.
Probably be AD, and I'm just playing off it. I'm going to dare him to shoot that 12, 15. If you're going to knock that shot down, knock it down. But I'm not going to let you put the ball on the floor, spin, understand that he's looking to, get baseline with that left hand. I'm going to play him to that side and make him, when he bring that left hand back to me, that's to my right-hand side, just throw it up out of there.
When AD decides he can be a top 10 defender. We saw him go to Philly last year when Embiid was flying high, and he just shut him down, didn't he? Did a number on him. Okay, can he do the same number on Zion tonight? Because if he's not ready to play, Zion will dunk him and the basketball into the basket.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
But Skip, the thing is, as these players get older, if you look at it, their impact is not the same. Kevin Durant had, 32 last night, and he was -7. We see LeBron, you mentioned he was 38, and the minus. He was minus the other night. The impact is different. Other guys are going to have to step up.
KD went LeBron last night because he had 20 in the first half. He actually had a pretty good third quarter. And then he's watching Kyrie. Remember, Kyrie didn't make a bucket.
Yeah, Kyrie had 4 points last night, right?
But think about when Kyrie didn't make his first